Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game going to be between Romantic or Fortitude going up against Happy. Happy spawning as the blue undead on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Romantic going in as the yellow human, opening things up with what I believe to be the Paladin rifle build, which has become so very popular as of late. Blacksmith, Barracks, Altar of Kings all being placed down here. We're going to get to the 2-minute mark. Meanwhile, we're looking at a Lich first coming in from Happy. Perhaps going to sell that Scroll of Town portal, pick up some items, and then be on his merry way. All right, there's that selling. There's an unsummon of that Altar of Darkness, and this is going to be a very aggressive expansion. Perhaps Happy knows that his opponent is going to be trying to go for that Paladin rifle build, and the Paladin rifle build, because it is delayed and because you're going for higher tier units, you don't really build as large of an army early on. By not building as large of an army early on, well, you got to stay closer to home to get reinforcements faster, and perhaps try to stay closer to home to creep. With that information, Happy is currently trying to set up an expansion here. You can tell by the unsummoning of that Altar of Darkness after getting that primary hero for that little bit of additional gold. Acolyte, well, is he going to start summoning? No, not quite yet. Meanwhile, Paladin coming back across here, going to try and clean up this Mammoth as well. Well, Mantle of Intelligence, Ring of Protection +4. All items good on that Paladin to keep the army alive and well. Already up to 10 armor here at level 2, reducing the damage he takes by, what, 38%? And with that, 60% more effective hit points. So yeah, you can do the math there, and essentially closer to 1100 hit points if you were just trying to look at the base damage. Lich coming back across here. We're going to see diving onto some of these riflemen. Riflemen going to try and back away. That's a lot of skeletal minions as well. We're all swarming about here. What's going to go down? Are we going to see some Frost Novas go down onto any of those units? Are we going to see a Holy Light? Yes, Holy Light at the last possible moment, but maybe too little, too late. There was, I believe, a Dark Ritual to try and save one. Another ghoul gonna get, or another rifleman gonna get taken out. That, well, gonna just get absolutely icy blasted as we're looking at more damage again. Another rifleman gets taken out. So Romantic is having some difficulty losing a handful of ghouls, or excuse me, riflemen already, as Romantic now being forced to bring back an Ice Troll Berserker in addition. All right, Lich gonna try and get that last hit there. Does get the last hit. We see a ensnared gift wrap ghoul, but that's gonna get backed out as well. The Forest Troll Berserker continuing to battle things up. We're looking at Militia now being called back over. We need to see a Holy Light onto that Berserker. The Berserker seems to be okay for now, but the Lich does have his eyes on the prize, perhaps wanting to burst that down here. Lich still dodging away. Ghouls trying to retreat back, and Happy now very close to level 3 in a great spot, but Romantic also perhaps going to try and get that last shot, last hit kill as well. All right, little bit of damage coming back the other way. We're looking at the Sasquatch down to 200 hit points, and you can see him purposely stopping the auto attacks on that Sasquatch to not allow Happy to get that Frost Nova kill. All right, Sasquatch finally killed there. Pair up to Vitality picked up. That Ice Troll Berserker going to get backed away. There's another Holy Light. Lich trying to see if there's any easy targets to Frost Nova down, but no, everyone is apparently currently at decent health. Lich continuing to back up here, has a little bit of wolves with a little bit of a chase here. Lich will get to level 3 off of this creep camp, I believe. I know it's only a level 3, but yep, that is going to be enough to get to level 3 here, picking up Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3. Now, there was the backpack upgrade, so that Lich is going to be able to heal, and both sides are going to now fight back and forth. There's a Frost Nova going down onto the Paladin. Paladin, is he going to try and Holy Light anything? No, he wants to keep that Holy Light for his own army and be able to keep them alive and well. Lich trying to retreat back again. There's an Ice Troll Priest as well, allowing that Paladin to be right there. Going to burst a little bit more damage onto that ghoul. Ghoul down to 241. But, well, unless the Paladin tries to Holy Light, not going to have any easy kills. We are at tier 2. Blood Mage already making its way out onto the battlefield. Happy is at tier 1, just now taking the tier 2, but has the expansion up already. 40 supply by Romantic compared to Happy's 37. Both sides are going to get ready to engage, and there you go. There's a Holy Light onto one ghoul right there. All right, Ice Troll Berserker is going to get Frost Nova. No, it is not. Blood Mage now going to be coming back around. There was another Dark Ritual. More skeletal minions popping up. Blood Mage may come over to just try and Holy Light or give mana to that Paladin. And with that, the Paladin is just going to be in that much of a better position. All right, Blood Mage, well, continuing to give more mana to that Paladin. Paladin now up to 345. Blood Mage completely out of mana. Has to be very careful, though, as the Lich, somehow sneaks around during the night. Is it going to accidentally regroup? And here we are. Are we going to see some Siphon mana? Yes, we do. Lich going to be forced to back away. Blood Mage now back up to 41 mana there. There's a Holy Light finishing off another ghoul. And this is where Romantic perhaps can have a little bit of an advantage. That Lich, how did it get back so easily? Did it sell the Staff of Teleportation? Yeah, and it might have gotten back Staff of Teleportation, Rifleman, and, well, the Paladin actually using Holy Light more like Stormbolt right now than anything else, being able to pick off targets. Crypt, Frost Nova easily finishing off a Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Remember, Forest Troll Shadow Priest only has 240 hit points, so yeah, that Frost Nova from that level 3 Lich pretty much taking it down immediately. The Blood Mage needs to be able to siphon mana away from those targets. There's another Frost Nova going down. Militia now being called back over. Rifleman wants to pick apart those units, as we're going to see those whole the Riflemen trying to back away, and then as they're on the run, allowing other Riflemen to continue to shoot. So this is a shoot and scoot sort of strategy, while some other Riflemen are able to actually get some shots off. All right, you're going to see another shot off right there. There goes another getting taken down, as the Crypt Fiends and the Militia, well, are now back into their peasant form. Peasants now trying to retreat back. Riflemen have 1-0 upgrades. Paladin getting a bit more necessary mana, as, well, Romantic finally sees the Expo that's off to the north and realizes that he's, well, in a little bit of a situation. He cannot delay this game. He needs to find a way to put pressure onto the right locations, and it seems like he has his eyes on that Expo. Meanwhile, though, these Crypt Fiends, very strong and decent range, and, well, the decent range means that they're not gonna fall just so easily. We are getting up an upgrade Arcane Tower. Going to see a Holy Light perhaps on that Rifleman. There you are, Arcane Tower gonna get destroyed before it's even really up and operational, as the Crypt Fiends with that piercing damage able to do so much. Paladin, Holy Light, is gonna be able to finish off that. Oh wow, and that Crypt Fiend, I believe, had like a sliver of health right there, unable to get the job done and get it finished off. Trying to finish off these Tuskar Trappers here, and perhaps try to get that Paladin to level 4, level 2 Devotion Aura, also incredibly important, as we see a couple of ghouls hanging back here to try and reinforce defenses just in case. Blood Mage needs to siphon mana from that Ogre Magi, and with that, get a little bit more mana into that Paladin as well. Scroll of Healing also picked up. Blood Mage gets up to level 2. We haven't seen an ability just quite yet, as this Ogre Magi about to get taken down. One mana stealing picked up by the Paladin. Here we are, here we go, as more mana getting pumped into that Paladin again, back north of 300, and now at pretty much capacity. All right. Poking apart at these skeletal warriors. They're going to get shot down here. We are still at tier 2. We do not have any other casters. This is just Paladin Riflemen here trying to go after all these units. We do have Banish as an ability, and what is going to go down here? There goes a Frost Nova. There's a Holy Light. Both sides fighting through. A low hit point Rifleman easily going to get taken out. No, he's currently banished and able to try and dodge away. Paladin now gets up to level 4. Level 2 Devotion Aura online, as the ghouls are getting cleaned up as well. So all of these, well, frontline melee units are just taking so much damage. Meanwhile, we see a quick banish onto the Lich here, as we see more siphon mana away from that Death Knight. More Holy Light keeping all of these units alive again and again. This Paladin needs to keep this army together and try to make it, this army unkillable, using Holy Light again for another quick kill to pick off another unit. There's a Holy Light saving up another Rifleman once more, as the Blood Mage needs to siphon mana back into the Paladin. Paladin does still have the Wand of Mana Stealing, but because of the Blood Mage, there's no one to really steal mana from at this point and stage in the game. Rifleman down to 94 hit points. He's going to Holy Light as well. We're looking at units still continuing to back up. This could be the death of that Ice Troll Berserker earlier on. And no, he gets another another Holy Light. So just trying to keep this army micro-intensive wars as we look at another low hit point Crypt Fiend trying to retreat to the back. There's another Holy Light right there. Is a Crypt Fiend finally going to fall? That is the question, as both sides have been keeping their units alive and well for so long. Siphon mana, that Rifleman going to get a Holy Light and backs up again. However, fighting and micro aside, after all of that battling, we gotta remember Romantic is only getting 7 gold a second compared to Happy's 20. Nearly 3 times the amount of mining right now. And because of that 3-time difference, well, Ice Troll Berserker taking a little bit of damage. Mortar Team going to start trying to lob in some of that damage right there. Are we going to see Frost Nova, Blood Mage purposely getting into position, perhaps trying to siphon mana and then deny that Lich any Frost Nova targets. Mortar Team is trying to lob down some damage, and here we go. There's some more siphon mana again. Paladin is in position. Death Knight trying to go straight after, and that Mortar Team is retreating back, trying to get off to the side, but that does expose an entire flank side right here as the Blood Mage is seeing that level 3, can still continue to siphon more mana. Paladin could be in a little bit of trouble. Paladin now going to try to retreat back. There's another Holy Light there as the Paladin now down to 364 hit points after some healing from that potion of healing. All right, Mortar Team's getting cleaned up. There's a Holy Light again. Units are trying to retreat back. The Nerubian Spirit Tower are still operational for now as we're looking at the Mortar Teams trying to lob up some attacks. There was a Scroll of Healing again. Mortar Team Flying Machine does provide sight onto those burrowed Crypt Fiends as we're looking at the Crypt Fiends trying to retreat back away. Let's take one Crypt Fiend down. Another Crypt Fiend could get taken down as well as the Crypt Fiends are trying to back up again and again, trying to take down important units. That one Obsidian statue down to 10 hit points, and now he's going to get repaired as well as we're looking at more skeletal minions getting cleaned up. Blood Mage is sitting at level 3. No easy targets to siphon mana. Nope, there's that Lich going to lose some precious mana as well. Mortar Team about to get taken down. The Paladin should be able to Holy Light here if necessary. Continuing to battle it up. Rifleman up in that front line constantly getting healed. Paladin using a Clarity Potion needs every bit of mana that it can get as another Crypt Fiend about to get cleaned up again. All right, 56 supply compared to 45. Fly Machine, couple of Crypt Fiends off to the side, but Happy still able to hold off this larger army. Scroll of Regeneration, Clarity Potion, is it on anyone? I believe it's on that Paladin, not on the Blood Mage, and now going to try and venture forth once more. Mortar Teams perhaps going to lob some attacks again. There's only one Mortar Team here with that range, and he's going to be exposed. This could potentially be bad news. There's that auto attack, Death Coil, Frost Nova. Frost Nova was all that was needed as we see another Crypt Fiend ends up falling. All right, more attacks necessary. Another Mortar Team needs to be trained up. Happy finally breaking into low upkeep here. And, well, that Rifleman army just looking so strong for so long, but unable to get the job completely done. Paladin picks up some items here. The Workshop now under pressure, under duress. We're going to be looking at some items getting picked up there. Belt of Giant Strength in addition, and now pretty much no more mana. Did the Paladin get any additional fighting or any items there? Perhaps the Belt of Giant Strength for more auto attack or being able to just withstand more damage. The Pure Up of Vitality would also be very useful, but the Blood Mage, now up to 950 hit points, is much stronger than he looks as well. 56 supply compared to 61. Happy probably really doesn't care about this Necropolis. It's buying him time, which is exactly what he wants. But the problem is also the hero levels. Level 3, level 1, level 1. The Paladin at 4, the Blood Mage at 3, nearly level 4. And that experience difference is huge. All right, there goes a quick Impale. Are we going to see a Scroll of Healing used as skeletal minions are just getting cleaned up quickly? Are we going to see a Holy Light there? Not in time. Death Knight gets up to level 2, and that feels like that was a long time coming. All right, another Impale to try and remove some of that damage or temporarily stall things out. Are we going to see a Holy Light onto, yes, that Crypt Lord? It ends up getting taken down. Death Knight didn't have mana for a heal. Blood Mage now up to level 4. Level 5 now on that Paladin. Paladin opts to go for level 3 Holy Light and should be able to overheal anyone if it comes to time. There it goes, Rifleman back up to full hit points again as mortar teams, it felt like a mortar team, yes, trying to join in from the battle from the back. All right, still battling through 64 supply compared to 56. Hero levels are a big deal. Blood Mage is going to be able to siphon more mana and finish off more of these, as well as multiple Obsidian statues are currently low on hit points. Crypt Fiends now looking to back up again. Another mortar team getting added in. Blood Mage sitting at level 5. That is level 2 Devotion Aura, level 3 Holy Light, and I believe it is only level 1 armor upgrades on these riflemen, at least for now. Mortar teams trying to shut down this necropolis. Acolytes coming over to get in some repairs. Blood Mage needs to siphon in some mana. We're going to see an Impale from the Crypt Lord, most likely. There's that Impale, and well, the Impale, although it doesn't do a lot of damage, it takes out those riflemen and stuns them out for so long that well, a lot of damage potential is lost. More damage still getting lobbed up here. Plenty of riflemen coming across. Skeletal minions trying to, well, finish off some of these units. There's another Holy Light for a save again. More well, Obsidian statues are actually getting shot and destroyed in the back. Those Obsidian statues are incredibly important and expensive, as the riflemen are still able to, well, pretty much box their way through all of this. Is that Crypt Lord going to get, yeah, Holy Light taken down, another Obsidian statue taken down, as the Paladin now sitting at 5.5, still trying to keep these other units alive. All right, Blood Mage going to give some mana to the Paladin. Paladin gets a Holy Light off in time for another rifleman to stay alive again, and the Lich, well, still sitting at level 3, finally gets up to level 4. Is going to start taking a lot of damage, trying to retreat back away again. All right, there's no Scroll of Healing. Blood Mage, well, still poking pressure back the other way. We're looking at the Crypt Fiends, Death Knight, and all these units backing up once more. Forest Troll, or Lich, Staff of Teleportation inbound again. We're looking at a mortar team coming back around. Rifleman taking quite a large amount of damage. He's trying to retreat back. More mortar teams trying to lob those attacks. There's another Holy Light. Paladin trying to get a Scroll of Regeneration off, and then just, I guess, dance with that Blood Mage in that front line spot, as he's going to take reduced piercing damage. More siphon mana off of that Lich. Perhaps siphoning mana off of the Death Knight and those Obsidian statues would work, as well, as we're looking at more engaging again. There's another Holy Light under that Forest Troll Berserker in that frontline spot. Does not look good for him, though. Is he going to get banished? He does get banished to get, well, out of the damage, but now we see, well, I believe that was a negate magic wand that removed the banish right there. More siphon mana. There goes that mortar team is trying to, and Happy is just trying to chase down these high priority targets, and Romantic is just playing hard to get with all of his units, and well, because of that, the units are just constantly in chase mode instead of dealing large amounts of damage. Siphon mana, draining mana off of that Lich again. We're going to look at an Impale coming in from the Crypt Lord. Paladin going to get a Holy Light off in time to save a Rifleman there, as we're looking at more damage coming back across through. Paladin trying to finish off some of these units. There goes some more skeletal minions again. Paladin about to get to, well, 5 3/4 in terms of experience. A lot of these skeletal minions do not give that much experience, as another Holy Light is going to be needed on that, well, Rifleman right there. Mortar team trying to retreat back here. Paladin, is he going to, well, Holy Light saves another unit. Mortar team is getting chased down by 6 supply, and that's exactly what's happening here. The mortar teams have just constantly been able to, well, pull away, force, and then by getting them chased, other units and other damage is just constantly getting lined up. Siphon mana into the Paladin will be needed. Holy Light, no, Scroll of Regeneration to heal back up all of these units. And this has been a pure micro war by Romantic, perhaps picking up another Scroll of Healing for another instantaneous heal as well with this rather wide army. Happy has had the economic advantage throughout, but has not been able to translate it very easily, as the Blood Mage now gets up to level 5. Holy Light onto that Blood Mage. Blood Mage currently okay. We're looking at mortar teams trying to burst things down. Scroll of Healing should be used. There it is, used right there, and now we're going to be looking at that Forest Troll Berserker still staying alive as well. All right, Crippler trying to go after these units again. Paladin still fighting their way through. Blood Mage sitting at level 5 with level 3 Siphon mana, perhaps going to try and finish off some other units. There's some more Siphon mana, removing mana from that Lich, as the Crypt Lord could now be in trouble. Crypt Lord down to 381 hit points, needs to run past all of these units again. There's another Holy Light, there's another negation. This Ice Troll Berserker down to 55 hit points may finally get, no, does not get taken down. That Ice Troll Berserker has been so low on life so many times, but between Banish and Holy Light has still not been cleaned up. 57 supply compared to 53. More damage getting racked up. There is a flying machine there. Frost Nova onto a level, well, a very low hit point unit. Forest Troll or Ice Troll Berserker finally gets taken down after all this time. The flying machine does not spot this burrowed Cryptmine off to the side. All right, continuing to battle things up here, trying to finish things off. Death Knight now trying to make a play back over. Are we going to see some death of some units? And, well, that burrowed Cryptmine able to stay alive once again. All right, Romantic may actually be overstepping his bounds now, moving in a little bit too close. Are we going to see another Holy Light onto... nope, Rifleman not able to stay alive there. It looked like the Paladin was about to raise his hammer, but just not fast enough. May need to see another Holy Light turning back around. There goes another Skeletal Minion. Paladin trying to clean things up. And remember, the Paladin may try to use the ultimate ability, Revive, but there are so many Skeletal Minions out here on the battlefield from those Rods of Necromancy. There may not be any corpses to try and actually resurrect. More Siphon Mana again. There's level 6 now on the Paladin, level 6 Paladin, and he does have Resurrection. The question is there actually enough Riflemen to warrant one of those a resurrection to be used? All right. Obsidian statue getting destroyed and denied right there. We should be looking at a Holy Light once more. Or what would be... well, there's a Scroll of Regeneration again, and Death Knight now trying to come back across. We're going to get a little bit of damage. What would be strange is if, like, you actually started killing your own units just so that you can resurrect them if they were all low on hit points. Paladin back up to 435. We're looking at more damage getting pressed on through. We are not mining back at home, so what you see is what you get aside from the long distance mining that currently Romantic is trying to execute. All right, destroy... well, Lich Cryptmine's going to try to dive onto those mortar teams. Riflemen continuing to fire back around. Mortar teams trying to try to get in a little bit of hiding. There's a little bit of Holy Light as the battle is still raging on. No flying machine. No, flying machine is right there, so it is spotting everything. It is getting auto attacked, and well, two burrowed Cryptmines already taken down. Paladin continuing this battle again. Mortar team trying to shut down the haunted gold mine. Obsidian statue going to get taken down. Blood Mage sitting at level 5 may actually get to level 6 here. There are a bunch of skeletal minions out here on the battlefield. Not enough Holy Light. Level 2 finally on the Crypt Lord as the Paladin continuing to fight its way through, trying to finish off these skeletal minions. This skeletal minion army is actually very scary. Each of the heroes perhaps had a Rod of Necromancy, and the Rifleman is trying to take them down, but there's that resurrection getting 2 of those Riflemen back. 2 Riflemen back. Is it enough to turn the tide? 40 supply compared to 37. Holy Light swinging back the other way. Blood Mage giving mana back to the Paladin. Paladin down to 200 hit points. Now he gets banished in order to be saved as well, but the Death Coil from the Death Knight finishes him off. Blood Mage now by himself. There is no longer the unkillable army, no longer any of those big burst heals as the Blood Mage uses a potion of invulnerability in a time. But how long is it going to really last? Blood Mage needs to get out of here, and now no easy way to resurrect that Paladin. This is extremely bad news. Romantic has played a beautiful game for 24 minutes, but now without that Paladin, or a long time resurrecting that Paladin, things could go sideways quickly. Getting in a little bit more gold is all he needs. 40 supply compared to 34. Yeah, those Rods of Necromancy, perhaps the MVP of the game, making sure that the resurrection only resurrected 2 Riflemen instead of the potential 5 or 6 that we saw. These peasants all getting cleaned up here, absolutely getting cleaned up. 4-3-2 on the heroes, and now the Blood Mage trying to figure out a way to finish off these units again. All right, Ogre Magi going straight after these units. Ogre Magi trying to beat down 1 Rifleman. That's going to get cleaned up. Potion of Greater Mana. Last Forest Troll Berserker perhaps try to pick up a Scroll of Healing or 2 in order to keep all of these other units alive. All right. Potion of Mana, Paladin out onto the battlefield, Siphon Mana into, and then Holy Light back up the other way. All right. Meanwhile, fight inside the base here. Ultra of Kings has been taken down. We're looking at the Paladin. He is currently okay. There's another Holy Light. 22 supply army compared to 35. More siphon mana away from the 4 Stroll High Priest just to get mana into that Blood Mage, as the Paladin is, well, looking okay for now. All right. That earlier Spirit Tower has been cleaned up. We're looking at more Holy Light, and armies are trying to engage here. This is a weird opportunity. Happy is gaining hero levels, creeping at the 26-minute mark of this game. Meanwhile, Blood Mage is trying to get to level 6. Paladin purposely trying to keep a little bit of distance, a little bit of Holy Light again. And there's going to be that last Acolyte. Acolyte not going to give Blood Mage level 6, which would have been a Phoenix. The Phoenix is going to be a key part in this battle, as the Haunted Goldmine about to get taken down. All right, turning back the other way. Are we going to see a little bit of damage? There's Siphon Mana, Blood Mage trying to keep things alive. There goes that. We're going to see a Holy Light. There's a Death Coil onto the Paladin. Paladin tries to purposely hide in the back. There's some North Siphon Mana. Holy Light going to be needed on that Rifleman here, but the Paladin has a giant target on its back. Impale can't, heal what's from underneath you. There's level 4 now on the Death Knight, and that is gonna be the game. Paladin not having an invul potion in that earlier fight, not having access to Divine Shield, ultimately the downfall. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.